Putas malaki.
Okay, you ready? You want to count me in, or you want me to? I'm gonna count you in.
Yung magpalit ng shirt eh. Ha?
Ka naman.
Lalapit pa sa camera eh.
Tama lang, we need the viewers.
Yeah, but
Your volume's really
makes
low.
me
Can you turn it up?
it makes me insecure.
Your volume's too low. Turn it up. Who cares if it makes you insecure? We need the viewers.
When she stands beside me like that, I can't help but focus on my forehead. What you laughing at, fool?
What you talking
What you
about, Willis?
What you laughing at?
What you talking about, Willis?
What movie is that from?
I can't remember.
Like Bruce Willis?
It's too early for me to be thinking that hard.
All right. Yeah, it is morning where you are.
All right. Okay. 5, 4, 3. Two guys from two worlds. This is the Flip Side. New episodes uploaded on YouTube every Wednesdays and Saturdays. Now, your hosts, Jay&Noel.
There's no more intro, bro. That's it. Like, catch up with the times. 2023, 2024 next month.
Good morning. Good morning to you too. Jesus, what a way to start.
0 degrees Celsius, you were saying? Oh, no. Fahrenheit?
It's 31 degrees Fahrenheit right now. It's so fucking cold. I had to grab a space heater and put it right next to me, right on my foot, because I'm freezing right now.
What's a space heater? Is that something you got from Uncle Elon?
It's a heater. Do you know how? Well, you guys don't need heaters over there since it's hot all the time.
Yeah, it's 32 degrees Celsius here all the time.
Oh my God.
29 on a good day.
Yeah, yeah.
On a breezy, cold,
can you turn your gain up a little bit?
It says gain enough for you.
Oh, now there's an echo. Why is there an echo?
How's this?
Anyway, yeah, it sounds okay. I can hear you.
You all right?
Welcome. Episode 98 coming to you live, broadcasting from the US at 6:30 in the morning, 6:30 in the afternoon in the Philippines. What's up, Noel? How's it going?
7:30 in the evening. Don't forget you're on daylight saving time. Or no, is that normal time for you, or you're not on DST anymore? Yeah,
I'm not on DST anymore. Right now it's 6:30 a.m. So it should be 7:30 p.m. at your place.
Right on. Half an hour late again.
Yeah.
After our advertised 7 p.m. broadcast. Hey, what can I say? Filipino time. Hey, it's,
exactly. We wouldn't be Filipinos if we were on time.
Yes, we talk about Filipino stuff here. He's in the US. I'm here in the Philippines. If you just joined us, welcome. We're Pinoy. But yeah, we were high school friends back in the days, long time ago when we both still had hair. And now,
for the most part, I'm wearing a hat because I'm bald.
And now we're wearing headsets.
Yeah.
To make up for all that hair loss.
just because we can.
So what's going on with you besides the weather? And I'm doing that question because I don't want you to throw it back at me. Yeah. I want you to.
It's cold. It's been cold this whole week. This is the first real cold week of the winter so far. It's winter time now where we are. And it hasn't really been cold until this week, like I said. It's been around 30s and low 40s the entire week. And right now it's about 31 degrees and it's about to get colder. This winter is we're supposed to be expecting a lot of snow. That's what everybody's predicting, but you know what? They've been predicting that the last couple of years. I'll believe it when I see it. But I'm still taking precautions. I'm buying cases and cases of water.
Wait, is that something you're looking forward to, or is it like preparing for a storm where you're like, oh no, we're expecting a lot of snow?
It'd be nice if we get snow. We haven't had a lot of snow in a long time. It's been snowing, but we'll get like 2 inches, and then by the next day it's melted down already, because every time it snows here, except for when we get big storms, The next day,
Mm.
it's like sunny.
Is that
Melts everything
nice
down.
or is that annoying?
It's annoying because I'd like
You'd
to take my
rather.
kids out to like. I'd like to get on a sled and go down the hill. You know what I mean?
Mm,
It's always fun. I like it when it snows because I like walking around in the snow. I like getting on the sled and going down the hill really fast.
funny
And
because when you say, I think you need to turn your gain up a little bit. It's funny when you say you're expecting a lot of snow. Me and my Pinoy brain is thinking, are we supposed to be excited if there's a lot of snow? Like, where are we?
you got
Ano bang ano natin doon? Ang reaction natin doon? Magsusnow daw. Masaya ba tayo doon?
wow
O,
snow. Pick it up from the ground and like parang ice cream.
Ice cream. You know what? Ano naalala ko dyan? Snowball.
snowballs. Yeah, those
Yeah.
snow cones here, Korean snow cones got really popular.
Oh, really?
Have you? Remember?
Yeah, the most expensive ice cream halo-halo that you can think of. It's expensive because of the way that they do the ice. It's not because of the flavor,
Right.
but because the ice is done in such a way that it's so pinong-pino, parang snow.
Yeah.
But,
Pino,
you know,
Pino.
as in it's
Oh,
like
it's
bora,
fine.
very fine. Yeah. Try.
Is she seeing both of us on Instagram or no?
I'm seeing both of us on Instagram. I'm looking at her phone right now.
Okay, good. Because I'm not showing both in my side. So that's fine. As long as
to record.
Yeah, we're recording. That happened to me, I think, last week. I am having a problem with now though is our volumes. I feel like my voice is so loud and yours is so weak.
no, you're it's the opposite to me. Right now I'm feeling like I'm too loud.
Whew. 97, 98 episodes, counting down to 100. 2 more to go, and we are still figuring out technical difficulties.
I don't even know what else to do in regards to that, but whatever, Couple of things we want to talk about actually, if we don't mind. So I want to talk about Black Friday, which is 2 days ago. Black Friday
Again.
Yeah. Just a quick update on that. An update or a follow-up in regards to our Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, right. I saw the pictures.
Yeah, and then we wanted to we planned on talking about some Filipino traits basically.
Let's clarify that. It's your Pinoy, your Pinoy Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh yeah.
Correct.
It's not just any ordinary Thanksgiving dinner. It's Pinoy style.
Exactly. Did you ever get to experience Thanksgiving here?
Yeah. I mean, I was there for a good 6 years. You know, it was recognized. It was talked about.
Right.
People. I remember it was a lot like Christmas without the gifts. We'd gather around.
Yeah, just about. Yeah.
A non-existent Christmas tree, hang out with uncles. Oh, kamusta ka na? Anong grade mo na ngayon?
Ang payat-payat mo na.
Back in the days, there was still no karaoke. I think it was Super Nintendo that was, all the rave, and
right.
My aunt's video camera and my half-edited, half-assed movies, videos that I was making.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from that, yeah, it was just a lot of catch-up. It's like a bunch of catch-up for the adults, but not a lot of fun for the kids.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, every Filipino gathering is almost like that. It's like a reason to play mahjong, to drink in the garage, and all that stuff,
Yeah.
My Thanksgiving this year was pretty chill, pretty relaxed. Actually, it was pretty fun,
Oh.
It was held at my brother-in-law's house, which was nice of them. They hosted Thanksgiving this year. And then
in your state where you are at now?
Yeah. It's literally 20-minute drive.
Mm.
The food has always been a mystery for me.
Sorry, before we forget, but since we're talking about food, bro, we were doing like a little joyride last night.
Right.
We found out that there's another Jollibee opening, like southbound from where we live.
Yeah.
So that's 5 minutes Jollibee southbound and then 5 minutes Jollibee northbound.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Ikaw, saan ang Jollibee mo?
Same owner?
Oh, no, probably not. Definitely not.
My Jollibee is about 20 minutes, 25 minutes south, and then the
But
next one
diba,
is an hour south, an hour west.
for us, there's always like a Jollibee in the neighborhood somewhere.
That's just like a Starbucks every other corner. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, we got that too. But, you know, I just like to put it in your face that we got Jollibee North and South.
Well, I had
Go.
Jollibee
Jollibee,
Thanksgiving dinner. What's
Burger,
up?
Right.
Burger King, Army, Navy.
Oh, yeah, there's also Army Navy.
What's
And
Army Navy? That's probably the fourth time I've heard you say that. What is that?
Army, Navy, like
Uh,
burrito,
like
tacos.
an expensive, sorry, is your mic off? An expensive version of Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
a
her mic is off.
But
classier
expensive.
or better version of Taco Bell. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out as we speak. Hang on.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. Yeah, going back to your
this year,
Thanksgiving
the
dinner.
food was great. There was, I don't even know if it's considered a Thanksgiving dinner. It's just literally a Filipino dinner. The only Thanksgiving-y part of the dinner of the meal was the ham. Besides
What's
that,
Thanksgiving? Did you Thanksgive? Did you give thanks?
well, I mean, there was a prayer before the meal, but you do your own personal giving thanks type of thing.
No gifts.
No. But the
That's
meal wise, I don't think there was
Gathering.
any kind of Thanksgiving representation with the exception of the ham. The ham was
Mm.
good. But besides the ham, that's a staple for Thanksgiving as well. There was no turkey because nobody eats turkey. It's too dry. It's too hard to cook. It takes too long. Blah, 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 blah.
You're talking about no Thanksgiving turkey for Filipino families, or is that like in the US now?
Yeah, they still have turkey, but we just didn't have it. I'm talking about what we have for Thanksgiving.
Your family's not interested in turkey, is what you're saying.
No. Ham, although my household, like here, we love ham. But that was the only indication of Thanksgiving in Thanksgiving dinner. But there was lechon kawale or lechon belly or whatever. There was sisig. There was pancit bihon. It's like a mixture of bihon and sotanghon together. Yeah,
That's funny.
It was good, but it was a mixture. And there was the
Canton
beef,
bihon,
maybe
Canton bihon.
bulalo. I don't know.
Canton bihon daw ang tawag doon. Are you having a hard time hearing her? Because I don't know how to fix it.
Say something. Nothing. I don't hear it.
No sound.
How's this one?
No, I don't. It's
No,
off.
there is. No, it's off.
It's off.
That's weird. I'm here. This
There.
one. There.
There.
Okay, sorry.
That's Canton bihon.
Yeah. Say something to Noah.
That's Kantot bihon.
See,
What?
now I can hear you better. That's
Okay.
Cantot bihon. Did you just say? Did you
Oh,
just
is that
say
what I said?
Cantot bihon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kantot bihon.
Hey, stop.
Oh, Canton ba? Canton, sorry. What's up? We're all adults here.
Yeah.
And then there was so there was bihon, there was turon, the mini turons.
Wow, Filipino.
There was leche flan, and that was it. Oh, and there was Jollibee spaghetti and Jollibee chicken. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
That was pretty weird for me, to be honest with you. I've never had Jollibee on Thanksgiving, but it was a good meal. It was a good meal. The food was good. And then there was a lot of my mother-in-law set up a bunch of games for everybody so that you can win prizes, which is typically money. So it was good. I mean,
Nice.
did some pretty good there. My son Harry made like $245 in one night, man.
For what?
Yeah, actually here then sineselebrate yung Thanksgiving sa mga expensive what do you call that?
Yeah, we
village.
don't fall under that financial bracket kind of like some holidays here are only, it depends on what financial class you're on.
Right.
You know,
I mean, there's a viral video that's going on right now about an American lady who literally prepared her entire Thanksgiving meal from a can. It's all canned good, like canned spam, canned macaroni and cheese, canned string beans, canned gravy, whatever. I mean, I guess it's okay. But
yeah, well,
whatever they want to do.
right. As long as you got still something to be thankful for.
Yeah. It was a good Thanksgiving dinner. It was nice. It was fun, and But one thing I want to talk about Thanksgiving really was my very first Thanksgiving experience in my life
Ever when you moved
ever.
back,
So
when you moved to the States.
when I moved to the States, I think it was like 14, 13, 14, 15, whatever.
Uh-huh.
Um, I was still going through a culture shock, to be honest with you. I was your straight up fob wearing some random clothes, but thanks my for the first 3 years of my Thanksgiving experience here, I think, yeah, I was really weirded out by it because of the fact that it was a black tie event, almost a black tie event,
Mm.
where we're talking about tuxedos, dresses
Oh,
galore.
it was.
It was at my aunt's house. My aunt lived in this neighborhood in California that's really really richy people where celebrities live,
And you were what,
athletes.
14, 15?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was a little weirded out by it because I've never really experienced Thanksgiving, and then all of a sudden I gotta rent a tuxedo or whatnot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, the very first time I went, that no, my second year experience from it. I remember my aunt into her new house. It was very, very nice. It was a big house. Let me put it this way. It's so big that you had to have they had a valet parker
Nice.
parking cars. And it was like a Thanksgiving dinner where everybody's wearing tuxedos and dresses. And I just felt really out of place. Like I didn't belong because it was like,
Mm.
ugh, it's like this is what the rich people do. You know what I mean? It was
Really?
fun, but it was weird. I just felt like really out of place. I did not belong there.
You didn't feel like, wow, this is the rich people place. I'm gonna be like this someday.
No, no. I felt really awkward, to be honest with you.
It didn't inspire you, like, oh, they're
No, not at all.
Filipino.
No,
I'm
no.
Filipino. I can do this someday.
I never got it really. I never understood it. You have to wear like a tuxedo for this dinner. It's a Thanksgiving. I mean, I can understand if it's like some kind of like, I don't know, but I guess
What
that's
were
what
you
they do.
wearing?
The first time I was just wearing a borrowed suit.
Oh, you did get to borrow the suit.
Yeah, the following year, I think I rented a tuxedo.
Oh, same place.
Yes, it's always been at the same place.
Mm.
It was just weird, but it was a fun experience. I've never had it before. That was my very first Thanksgiving experience. So I started thinking like, okay, every Thanksgiving you got to have like a black tie event type of thing. And I come to realize, no, it was only our family that was doing it, our Filipino family.
I'm curious, how did your family or your aunt or those relatives, how do they get rich?
Well, her husband used to work for like a big
Okay,
wig at AT&T, and she's
done.
a physician.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's a doctor. So she does well up. I mean, her neighbor used to be Joe Montana, Clint Eastwood, and
Mm,
yeah, I've seen Clint Eastwood around that area quite a bit.
that kind, huh?
Yeah, yeah, it's like that
Well,
kind of neighborhood.
I just wanted to share this. I was thinking of the difference between Christmas and Thanksgiving. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, but just to make it formal, origins, Thanksgiving is a holiday that commemorates the first harvest festival celebrated by the Pilgrims
Hmm.
and Native Americans in 1621.
Hmm.
Christmas, on the other hand, is a religious holiday
Correct.
that celebrates the birth of Jesus Christ. And Tin here was telling me the other day that France, or obviously non-Catholic countries, I guess,
Celebrate Christmas.
they don't really celebrate Christmas.
A lot of countries don't.
Yeah, yeah.
Like this Christmas, actually. So we're gonna celebrate Christmas here at the house. We're gonna have like a small meal. Well, it's not gonna be that small, but I'm gonna be cooking some food, and AC is gonna be cooking some food as well. But it's mainly going to be me and my family, and my mother-in-law probably, and the kids are gonna invite some of their friends in the neighborhood who are at a different religion that don't exactly celebrate Christmas.
Mm.
And we said, you know what? If you guys want to invite them over. Come on, it's no big deal. have fun. The more the merrier. It'd be nice. Um, Christmas this year, but I'm planning to like go all out cooking though. I want to make some
Yeah, and then
ham.
New Year also.
I remember before we get to New Year, I remember when I was in high school, for the first time,
Yeah.
baliktad naman, I was also, from the Philippines. I just moved. I remember thinking something like my first Thanksgiving dinner or, that day.
Mm.
I don't think we knew each other yet, but I remember thinking along the lines of I had a couple of neighbors. I think they were Samoan, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm.
They weren't like, they were more like, we don't celebrate Christmas. I mean, I could
Yeah.
be wrong, huh? I mean, if they're Samoan or not, but point is they were not Filipinos. They were not,
Mm.
Roman Catholic for sure. So they were like, nah, for us, no, we
It's
don't.
like a normal day.
It's a normal day, and
Right.
parang they almost take pride that they don't have to do all that messy Christmas tree gathering, getting gifts, that kind of thing. It's all complicated for them. It's a free day, holiday, nothing to do.
Right. Right. Right.
So, but for me, that was in a way sort of like a culture shock in a sense. Like, oh, not everybody needs to celebrate, Jesus Christ's birth.
Correct. Correct. Thanksgiving
Right.
is a bigger. It seems like Thanksgiving is a bigger holiday here than Christmas.
Yeah.
Because you guys are not a Roman Catholic country.
Yeah.
Right. 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 Anything when it comes to religion, it's like to do it on its own type of thing. But Thanksgiving here, it's huge. There's two big holidays here that are very very big that people really celebrate and go all out celebrating. It's 4th of July and
Mm.
Thanksgiving. 4th of July is just people throw parties, barbecues, and all that stuff.
Dito, ano bang sa atin?
Big deal ang Christmas and New Year.
No,
New Year,
for me,
yeah.
I'm thinking Christmas and New Year and
And
Valentine's.
yeah,
Valentine's Day is everywhere, every year,
everywhere
every
naman
place.
yun.
It's my, it's my
and-
wedding anniversary.
Or
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Undas.
Congrats.
Did you know we got married on Valentine's Day?
no,
Yeah,
I think you mentioned it one time, but yeah.
I
Yeah,
actually
big deal din
loved it.
dito. You know what? Han?
What?
Fiesta.
Which one?
Yeah,
Fiesta like
any
Barrio.
kind of fiesta in the
barrio.
Philippines,
Barrio
something
fiesta.
like that.
Mga barrio
That's true.
fiesta or
Oh.
whatnot.
That's true.
A provincial, ano.
Neighborhood fiesta. How was that like? February 14 being your anniversary, was that a conscious effort or did it just happen to be Christmas?
Actually, it just happened to be.
Oh, really? It wasn't really.
So we got engaged 2015, and then all of a sudden in November, we're like, you know what? Why don't we get married next year at the small chapel?
Wow.
AC found a small chapel not too far from us, and we had a small intimate wedding, which I actually loved.
Mm.
But when you say next year, that sounds like 3 months, 4 months from now.
3 months, yeah, pretty much.
Mm.
Was that a lot of time to prepare or not enough time?
No. We actually started doing it.
It
I
is
think,
depends on yun naman eh, kung kailan mo gaganapin yun eh.
Hmm.
Yeah, kunyari,
it was
nag-propose ka na, it's
spur
up
of
to
the
you
moment
kung
type
year.
of thing ba? Maybe nag-decide
Oo.
kami to do it and get married on Valentine's Day, December 2015. Maybe.
So that's just 2 months putting it together. Never the thought of saying, how about February 14 next year?
No. Let's just find a chapel. If it's available Valentine's Day, fine. And then we just had like a small reception at a Italian restaurant, not too far from the house as well.
How'd you feel about getting married? I mean, that's a stupid question, but how did that work out for you?
For me, honestly,
Were
I
you
loved
like,
it. It was
oh no, my
very
days are
easy.
numbered?
No, not at all. I knew I wanted to marry her months before. I didn't really think it was gonna happen that quick, but that's fine. Um, all of a sudden it turned into this.
Gotta make the most of it.
Yeah, no, it was fine. There was no change. There was no cold. Actually, she's the one that had a cold feet when we got married. The day we were getting married on Valentine's Day, you know how she was? She was very quiet. I'm not even kidding. She was like, you know when somebody gets quiet and they look like they're nervous? Like that's how she looked like.
Yeah.
She looked like she was having cold feet.
Yeah, you don't know what's gonna happen next.
Yeah.
But well, did you have any hesitations? Because you know what they say, especially in the Philippine culture, probably you get married. You're not just getting married to the person; you're getting married to the entire family.
No, 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 no. Because
You're
I
not
didn't look at it
engaging
that
with the
way. I mean, I
family.
thought about it, but that wasn't even a factor to my thought of wanting to getting married to her. Because our lives from the beginning has always been about our family. You know,
Your relationship, yeah.
yeah. So it was great, no matter what. I loved it. I had
No
fun.
worries about what about her dad? Is he gonna like me? Are we gonna get along?
Yeah.
I know how to cut. Are they gonna like my adobo?
Ay, nako.
Man, yeah. No worries about that. And then it was cool. It was fun. Although
So
I would
how's
love for, I mean, I wish one of these days I come up with some kind of extra money because I'd love for us to get married again because I want to give her the wedding that she deserves.
uh
Yeah, she deserves a big wedding. She's been an awesome wife, wife of the year, wife of the lifetime to me.
is she the type that would say, nah, no need, no need?
Oh no, she wants it. she she wants the big wedding, but she also understands our situation. You know what I mean? She's
That's
not gonna
great.
force anything that's not doable.
That's great. That's great. Like no need to explain and convince and say
No,
no bargaining. Okay, 7 million, not 700. Let's meet halfway.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'd like for her to experience a big wedding. Siguro pag so we've been married what 8 years next year, I think.
Mm.
Hopefully, well, on our 10th year anniversary, we can renew our vows, and I could give her the wedding that she really wants.
Hey, quick question for the both of you guys. And not like I'm making any plans or anything
Right,
like
right,
that, but
right.
when it comes to putting together a wedding, what was the most stressful part to, that needs a lot of time to,
Preparation.
yeah, what about the preparation is
I mean,
stressful
it's
or yung
always the
nagpapatagal?
venue. It's always the venue.
Yeah, the venue.
You know what I mean?
Always.
Mm, mm, mm.
Kasi
So even if you want it on February 14, but everybody else has that venue booked, you got to look for another place,
right,
compromise.
right, right. I mean, when we get remarried, it's definitely going, or when we renew our vows, I would love for it to be on February 14th,
Mm.
but again, have to find a venue for it. And also
Yeah.
the cost. Getting
Right.
getting married here,
Mm.
if your budget is $10,000,
Mm-hmm.
that's small,
Yeah. Here then also so expensive.
you know. But
350,000.
listen, a $10,000 budget for a wedding in the Philippines is huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
depends on the the guest.
Yeah,
yeah,
may
because
ganun,
you're paying
syempre.
per person. That's the different thing there too.
It's a whole production number, yeah.
Right. Sabihin na lang natin, meron kang $10,000 budget. That's half a million pesos. That's a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
So
more than what
expensive.
a lot of people pay.
Right. That's spare change depending on which side of the
Dito
country you're
naman,
living in.
you know what, yung dito naman, ang binabalik ng mga Pinoy,
Mm.
ay, okay lang gumastos, babalik naman yung million sa amin eh.
You're right. May ganun
May
din.
ganung
There's like
moment.
sponsors. Are you
Yeah.
guys big
mean
like when it comes to
sponsors?
weddings? That's what I was about to say and ask. When it comes to weddings there, Uh,
Gagastosan nila ng mahal,
Filipino or not,
tapos kukunin ulit sa guest.
here may sponsors in a sense na yung ninong, ninang, kala mo ninong ninang lang yon. Sponsor yun.
Yeah.
So they have to pay for like some of it?
Yeah.
Well, weird.
They don't have to, but that's
You need,
parang
parang nangihingi sila ng gift.
that's the
Kapalit.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
that's the tradition. Like ninong, ikaw na naman ang ninong ko, baka pwede naman ikaw na yung sa
Yeah.
venue or yung yate mo.
Hindi,
Pairam naman ng yate.
Hindi, kahit hindi nga yun eh. Oh, pera na lang. Parang gano'n.
I mean, people here will spend $50,000 to $100,000 on a fucking wedding. That's insane.
But did not
to me.
expecting the gift, right?
Pero yun nga, going back to that question though, so you guys don't have any sponsors?
Yeah.
Not that I know of. I mean, we didn't. We don't have any. I didn't even know it existed.
Mm.
You're
I didn't
Pinoy. You
even
should know
have
that.
like a. I didn't even have like a bachelor party.
You're Pinoy. You should know that. Extend your family. That's what we're Filipinos are for.
Yeah, too late. Hindi ko na
Oh my
alam. Too
God.
late.
Yeah.
You know. Pero dapat
Hindi, dapat talaga is kung gusto nyong magpakasal, gastusan, hindi yung ibang tao yung gagastos.
I mean, syempre, kailangan. I mean, if it's in the culture to have like a sponsor, yeah, sure, why not, right?
Oo.
Bakit hindi? Wala namang mali doon.
Yeah, hindi. Ang mali nga kasi dito sa mga Pinoy is kapag hindi nagastusan, masama na yung ninong and ninang.
Yeah. In other words, para medyo obligado sila
Yeah.
to help out.
That sucks.
May ganon. May ganon ng konti.
Okay. Speaking of something like that, we discussed earlier about talking about Filipino traits, right? And then
Yeah, I'm skirting around it.
Yeah. So you sent me a bunch of videos or 3 clips to watch. So I watched all of them, to be honest with you.
I haven't.
All I saw were a bunch of people complaining, a bunch of young kids complaining. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I mean, these kids are a bunch of soft, calm, or whatever, feeling millennials who are just can't understand where these older generation is coming from.
Complainers.
You're hurting their feelings. Sometimes it's gonna cause depression. Get the fuck out of here.
Wait, what are you talking about? I'm kind of like, I didn't see any of the videos that I shared with you.
How are you gonna send me something and not watch it, you ding dong?
Did you not get my message that I said I haven't seen these? I've seen this last one that I'm about to send you, but I haven't seen these first 3 that I sent you.
Well, the one that I'm talking about the most really is the first one, which is the group of 4 kids, the younger generation.
Okay.
Complaining about negative
let me explain
Filipino traits. And the last video that you showed was this Filipino Canadian girl who's probably in her early or mid 20s talking about how toxic Filipino culture is.
Right. So I just searched for that first 3, 4, 5 videos that came out. That's what I shared with you.
Okay. Well, yeah, I watched it. Okay. While I was wrapping gifts, because I was interested on it. And honestly, all I heard was a bunch of millennials or Gen Z kids complaining, showing how sensitive they can be.
Are we gonna come up with a boomer version of that topic?
Well, we definitely have some negative traits. I wouldn't call it toxic.
What you got? What kind of negative traits are you cultivating in your family right now, Jason?
Okay, hold on. I want to say real quick, one of the big things that they're talking about on those videos, like this girl was like saying, oh, when you walk in the room and your titas and titos or whatever, they're always saying like, oh, tumaba ka. And then the girl was like saying it could lead to psychological depression for these kids.
Body shaming.
Yeah, body shaming. And I'm like, shut up, dude. Seriously.
Yeah.
If you read the tone on how these people are saying it, yes, some of it might be serious, some of it might not. But you know what? You just don't like being told the truth up front.
So you're saying these kids are so touchy. They're so sensitive.
They're very touchy. They're very sensitive.
So
without
thin
even
skin.
looking at the other side. Yeah.
Okay, but the spirit of all that sharing though was, Filipino culture and how we can improve the good things, the bad things, and how it pushes up against Thanksgiving and Christmas and how it all kind of ties together. Was there anything? What a question. Was there anything wrong with your family, Jason?
No. We're not going to go there. Every family has a problem. Okay.
Yeah.
Every family has issues. So
Yeah.
one of the biggest things that actually, it's not like it's a problem for me, but it's a Filipino culture where, you know how they say family is family?
Yeah.
Wait lang. Wait, just a second. Pansin mo ba parang kanina ko pa pinapatawa to, hindi pa rin tumatama. Serious yata eh, no?
Do you have a problem?
Masyado ko
Penny for your thoughts?
kasalanan mo to eh. Pinapanood ko yung mga videos na pinadala mo tapos lahat ng iniisip ko is like, what the bunch of bitches just complaining.
I got something for you. Maliit na butas lumalaki. Konting gusot. Grabe.
Yan,
Inuman na!
There we go. Gotta laugh. All right.
Yeah,
What you
shake it
got?
off. Shake it off a bit.
You have like a list? What do we where are we heading
Yeah, okay,
towards in
so,
this one?
Okay, you know how Filipinos here or in the
Mm.
Philippines, they're always saying, no matter what, kahit pa paano, family is family.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
I understand that,
Mm.
but to a certain degree,
Mm.
Okay.
But
because
not toxic, ah.
hindi naman. I mean, merong mga pamilya kasi na no matter what,
Mm.
they just don't get along. Okay.
Okay.
Because the point of view is just completely different. And then on
Mm.
top of that, there are some negative aspects that happens towards each other.
Are we talking? I mean, I'm trying to see the scope of this thesis that we're coming up with here. But
Mm.
are we talking about families generally around the world, or are we
Or
going
that
towards just
Pinoy only?
Filipino specifically
Well,
families?
I'm getting there. There's specific traits that Filipino families always mainly abide by. Like I said, no matter what, it's always family. Family will be family. You know what I mean? So in a sense, like if a family member does something that you just cut them off, or no, it rarely happens in the Philippines. No matter what, it always comes back and basically parang walang nangyari.
Exactly.
Am I making sense?
Yeah. I understand.
Naiintindihan ko yun eh. But at the same time, it's hard for me to just follow it and abide by it.
Yeah.
Do you mean like turning a blind eye? Like
Yeah.
you see something wrong and you're like, well,
You know
wala
what?
nangyari.
it's family. Just
It's okay,
let it
buddy.
let it happen.
Yeah, no matter what, family will always help each other. Yeah, I understand that. And it's great. But there's certain things where how much can you do for somebody?
Mm.
You know?
Mm.
Tapos hindi naman
Yun ta-
sa nagmama
Mm.
nag-judge. I'm not like judging Filipinos or anything, but one of the biggest
Mm.
traits that I hate about Filipino families as well is they gossip about each other so much.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
How is that the whole
What-
point?
What else are we going to talk about?
Oh, come on, man.
What, life, the weather,
No,
and
you
how
don't
it's
have to
freezing?
talk about all that stuff all the time. You choose the time and place and who you talk to about that kind of stuff with somebody.
Just teasing you. What else you got there? Do you have like a list, or are you just
I
coming
don't
off of this
have
off
a
the top
list.
of your head?
How can I generate the list? Because I'm coming off from watching the videos that you sent me.
Mm.
That's what you get for not watching the videos that you sent me.
Mm.
You know,
Mm.
like, bakit kailangan? Why does it like when Filipino families have to? Okay, so here's a good one. Filipino families in the Philippines versus Filipino families here
In US?
in the US, for example,
Yeah.
when they talk about
The other country also.
like when they talk about Filipino families,
Mm.
when there's a problem, it's never really discussed most of the time, right? Most of the time, it's like, okay, instead of talking to you directly about it, they talk about with everybody else.
Mm.
Am I making sense?
Yeah. Actually, can I jump in? You know what it sounds like, if I may try to summarize. It sounds a lot like Filipino families when we see something wrong because of our culture, and maybe it's not Filipino, maybe it's a whole Asian thing. I could be wrong, but based on what I'm used to, I guess, or familiar with as far as Filipinos is concerned, our concern is that when something's wrong, we want to do something right. Are you raising your hand like we're in elementary school? Wait lang. Dali lang. is that we're basically caught in between a rock and a hard place.
Mm.
Like you do this, you're going to be outcast and be reprimanded for doing your own thing.
Mhm.
You're not family. And then if you do it this way, you're going to be accused of, let's say, being toxic and propagating that kind of culture. Parang hindi mo alam kung saan ka lulugar.
I think that's what I'm trying to get at. You know, a lot of Filipino families, or in general, are always like that, where they're always trying to be in the not in the middle, but trying to be in the safe side.
Because the whole idea is we don't want to be fighting. We want to stick together. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, to what extent, though? You know.
Listen, I'll look for something else
Not
here.
Filipino also, that the Chinese also.
I was like
Oh.
that.
No, that
Definitely.
you forcing to get married. My God.
Arranged marriage.
Na
Arranged
hindi-
marriage. Well, that's a
yeah.
whole different dynamic, though, because like in India, they have arranged marriage as well.
Mm.
Oh,
You
diba?
forcing na ayaw mo naman yung guy.
Okay, I'll get back to what I was trying to talk about a while ago with being caught between a rock and a hard place. There's this psychological term that I've heard of, but I'm not a psychologist, and I could be using it wrong or bastardizing what it means. But there's this thing that I find amusing lately. There's this psychological term they describe it as the state of having. It's not a state in the US, okay? It's the state. A psychological state of having
Is that we're
inconsistent
sticking all
thoughts.
the Filipinos? Just kidding.
This could be where all the Filipinos are. The state of having inconsistent thoughts, beliefs, or attitude, especially as relating to behavioral decisions and attitude change. So, like I said, you know what? We're family, or no, better yet, we're a healthy family. We're a healthy family. Pero sometimes si Tito Jason, nasi-stress eh. So kailangan niya mag-yosi, kailangan niya magsigarilyo. But we are a healthy family.
Oh my God.
We believe in health.
Right.
We exercise. But Jason, sometimes, minsan stress. Alam mo naman,
But if,
hardworking, kailangan magsigarilyo.
yeah. Hanggang kailan?
Yun naman
Ayun.
yun.
Yeah.
Hanggang kailan mo ba I mean, I think sa akin mas magandang hindi na lang kayo mag-usap. You don't talk to each other.
Exactly.
Another definition.
Instead of like being fake towards
Pilitin,
each
parang
other.
pipilitin pa na ayaw na.
I didn't even say the word. It's called cognitive dissonance. It's a mental discomfort, or probably situation, that results from holding two conflicting. Did you raise your hand?
No, I'm not raising
So
my hand.
why are you the
Okay,
one
then
reading?
why are you saying something? Ma'am, may I go out?
Participate ka, you raise your hand before you start
Yeah,
talking,
you
huh?
told me that stop raising your hand and then
Yeah.
Raise your hand next time, huh?
No. Don't listen to him.
Cognitive dissonance is the mental discomfort that results from holding two conflicting beliefs, values, or attitudes. So nag-aaway sila. They're good attitudes. Family, for example, and health. Or, I don't know, ano ba?
No, I know
Be
what
under-
you're saying, which makes
Yeah.
sense. But my point is, isn't it better to just not have that relationship? Or
Well,
do you
it's better-
prefer to just be fake with each other and just,
Yun. Because we're family, we're fake.
No, I'm not saying that.
parang ano yun eh, parang plastikan. Oh my God.
Yun na yun eh. Yun ang pinakamasamang trait ng Filipino na nakita ko. No matter here or there.
Yeah.
Pamilya man o hindi. Nagplaplastikan.
Exactly.
I heard from, I keep mentioning this guy's name, Jordan Peterson. The worst thing that you can do to a child is to lie to them about your current family reality. Like, for example, pwede ba?
There's nothing wrong with what she's doing. It's side comments. Learn to just let it be.
I can't think while someone's talking on my ear, on my headset at the same time. Last na. Na yung you're going to pretend like you're okay.
Right.
Because it leads to like,
Parang wala nga nang nangyari.
it leads to something like, telling the child, now look, the sky is pink. and then like
It's blue.
it's what? So it's the child has the difficult sense of reality, like a
Right.
unrealistic version of reality.
Right.
And how are
Exactly.
they going, if you start with that while you're a kid, how is it going to be when he grows up or she
Mm.
grows up?
Mm.
When the child grows up, gosh, my parents were talking to me about reality like if it was not like we're not sure, like if I cross the street, we don't know if there's going to be a bear or maybe I'm going to sink into the ground. I don't know, we're not sure. You know-
Isang malaking
So
kasinungalingan.
right. So I mean, you still haven't answered my question though. Like in your particular case, for example, what
Wait, what? There was a question.
would you rather
It's so funny, ah.
would you rather try to maintain the presence or just move on and then
Exactly.
do whatever on your own
Oh,
or cut it off?
I think it's important. Well, but here's the thing: it's like training a dog. I can't train the dog by. I can't like. Okay, I'm only going to feed this food if he sits down.
Hmm.
But my partner here, for example, says, "Eh, ang cute-cute nung dog. Ibigay mo na ng pagkain kahit na hindi mag-sit." So everything that I train the dog to sit only when and I'll reward him when I give him the food. I'll give him the food if he sits down and behaves.
Hmm.
But my partner here gives the food anytime. Like if he barks, runs around in circles, makes a mess. So lahat ng tinuro ko, it needs to be consistent.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, whatever decision we go with, whether we're going to say that the sky is pink or we're going to say that the sky is blue, everybody needs to be on the same page.
But why?
I think that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's never going to happen to be on the same page.
So
the question
Does that-
there
You're
is,
not compatible, I think.
Isn't it better to just cut all ends, no matter if
Yeah.
it's family or not,
right.
and then just
right.
live your own separate lives without having to deal with each other, rather than forcing the idea even of being in the same room, even though you don't.
No, well,
You know?
there's two ways to answer this. Yun nga eh. So yes, in life, in the grand scheme of things, I totally agree with you. But I'm constrained with the idea that we're a Filipino family. Gets mo?
Yeah, and I guess
mean-
that's one of the traits that I wouldn't say it's toxic, but it's, is it that actually could present a bigger negative impact on your family dynamic.
I think one way
And
to
negative impact also sa child.
one way to
Oh.
put it, I think, is that it is one of the things that we're probably struggling with as Filipinos, in a sense. Now, if we do it this way, we're going. If we overdo it, it's probably not healthy. But if we don't do it, it's also not healthy. Parang you need to sort of try to find the right middle ground
Mhm.
for that Filipino value of being together as a family.
Right.
If we still have time, I have a quick list here of Filipino traits, or Filipino family traits that are uniquely Filipino.
Yeah, can you put a pin in that real quick? I do want to ask one thing actually to discuss again that might be in relation to this. Actually, it's in definite relation to this. So I understand that aspect. Now, the question is in relation to our culture. Why is Filipino culture so into the fact that just because you're elders, you need to be respected and everything we say is better?
And then
Yun
the
yung may
culture
sinasabi
din.
na, mas nakakatanda yan eh. Mas alam nila yung
Yeah.
nangyayari.
Yeah. And then
Because-
the culture then is, pag naanakan, bakit big deal? Married agad.
Yeah, and it's what I'm trying to get at is like, bakit just because you're elder, mas nakakatanda yan, they know more. They need to be respected more. I don't kind of agree with that, because not just because I'm older than my kids doesn't mean that I know everything else. That doesn't mean that they know something that I don't know.
Well, I go back to, isn't that like how it is for the rest of the world, or is that uniquely
No,
Filipino?
see, that's the thing. I don't. It's mainly in the Asian culture, but biggest I know of in the Philippine culture. You know,
Right.
see,
Right.
that's one of those traits that definitely changes once it
Mm-mm.
leaves the Philippines. For Filipinos here in America, they adapt so much to the Western culture that the whole aspect of respect doesn't matter of how old you are. It needs to be mutually given. Understood, it needs to be mutually earned as well. It doesn't matter in the age.
Mm.
Going back in the Philippines, the Filipinos that are still there, or for you guys there, it's all about mas nakakatanda. Mas alam niya yung nangyari. They know the experience better. You know?
Well, it's
Big-
called it's called the senior citizen card.
Yeah, and then bawal kang mag-explain. Ito pa yung nakakaano eh. Bawal kang mag-explain sa matanda kasi bastos ka, sumasagot ka.
Ayun. I don't understand that.
Oh my God.
I've
Hindi ka-
never instilled in my kids that I've always in let me rephrase it. I've always instilled to my kids, if you believe that you are 1000% correct on what your train of thought is, explain it. You have the freedom to speak your mind, but
Yeah.
you need to make sure that you're thinking about it properly, not just showing it and explaining it based out of emotion. Sad to
And
say, everything we explain out of emotion is most of the time not exactly logical. You know.
And when you're explaining that to your kids, you always like lift the finger like this.
Oh, I have. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with lifting. See, if you do that to elders, they say, bastos ka, you're being disrespectful.
Yeah.
Just like Tin said, when you try to explain something, when my kids explain stuff to me, I don't look at them as being disrespectful, but there's a way of doing it. You can't, you got to make sure you watch your tone. You got to make sure you watch the words that you're using. Because those are the things that causes the disrespect.
Pasigaw.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, kung lalapit ako sa lola ko, hoy, ano ba yan, ha? Hindi dapat ganito yun. That's disrespectful. And that's different.
I got something. So remember a while ago, I was laughing at the fact or the idea that millennials or these kids, younger folks, are so sensitive and so thin-skinned. Maybe back in the days, or our elders now, our senior citizens, some of them are the ones that are thin-skinned. Thin-skinned when it comes to being disagreed with.
Ito pa yung malupit.
Oh, so you're not agreeing with me, you're not listening to what I have to say, you don't agree with me, then ang bastos mo ah.
Yeah, ito pa malupit na sinasabi ng matatanda. Pasalamat ka, tinuri ka namin pamilya.
Oh, pasalamat ka, sinilang ka sa buhay. Like, how do you argue with that?
Exactly. I mean, it's not like, well, let's be honest, most of the time it's by accident.
Hindi nila alam yung word na yun nakakatrauma sa...
No, I mean that argument is so illogical. There's no way to explain yourself once they pull out the senior card.
Right.
Tapos may word pa sila na, papunta ka pa lang, pabalik na ako.
Oh, that's my favorite. May
I don't
gatas ka
understand
pa lang sa labi.
Papunta ka pa lang, pabalik
na ako. Parang
Really? Wait, really? You've never heard of that before?
Mm-mm.
In English, you're just about to leave out the door. I'm already coming back in.
Yeah.
Okay, so in what aspect? How would you use that?
Mas sila yung mas nakakaalam ng lahat na wala ka pang alam sa mundo.
I see what you're saying.
I've been. You're just about to leave the house. I've been around the neighborhood.
Yeah, I got you. I got it now. Yeah, I have heard it before. It's just said differently, I guess. Yeah.
No, that was my number one.
Yeah. But that's
Here,
what
let
I'm
me read.
saying, though. Like, you know how Filipinos say, like, you know, I'm older than you. Talk to me with respect.
Yeah.
Hello, respect is earned. You don't demand respect. You never demand respect. You earn it.
They're mixing the whole idea, or they're misunderstanding the idea between seniority. How does that work? Like, I mean, I'll respect you because you're my father, or I'll respect you because you're my parents. Respect you because that's your, but I don't agree with what you're saying. But they can't put those two and two together. Like it needs to be
yeah.
like, if I respect you, you're my father, you're my mother. Therefore, I have to agree with everything that you're saying.
Yeah, no, that's
Parang
never gonna work out.
Forcing you.
those two different beliefs parang can't seem to coexist in one
Right, because
thought.
you're. I think that's how the train of thought of these millennials are, or these younger generations, or whatever, however the whole they are saying. Um, they're kind of like forcing. Sorry, we just went. I guess it's only an hour live on Instagram, but it's gone already. It just died out. What was I saying?
I was saying that these two different truths can't seem to coexist with some
Right.
people.
Right. Because they don't look at it from each other's point of view. Right? How can they
Yeah.
understand each other if they don't try to look at it from each other's point of view?
No, what I was saying was like one thing has got nothing to do with the other. Like just because I've been in this company for 10 years and you've been here for 10 days, you can't call me out.
Right.
Like it's
right.
got nothing to do with each other. If I'm making a mistake, I'm flying the airplane, I'm doing something stupid, then you better tell me.
So here's the question for you though, in regards to the whole how Filipino elders say, "Hey, I'm older than you. You need to respect me." Is that something that should be changed?
Yun nga, I respect the position. I respect your seniority. But your opinion, I don't have to follow it hook, line, and sinker.
Right. Right.
And
And I don't
then-
think that that's actually something that in the Filipino culture will ever be applied to.
Yeah. Kasi ang gusto kasi ng mga senior, i-adapt mo yung pag-uugali nila.
Uh-uh.
Which is mali.
Is it that way though, or is it maybe they're trying to just say, "Hey, you know what? I do know because of my experience." Because in a lot of cases, that could be it.
Then explain it to me.
Right.
Not just because, like, that's the thing. Like sometimes the seniors are so lazy that they don't want to explain. Basta.
Yeah, that's true.
And instead of spending some time to explain it like an adult, they'll just jump on like senior card. Can't raise your voice on me. I mean, that's where you make a mistake as a boomer.
Yeah.
When you raise your voice, you have to like explain yourself calmly, like an adult, without.
I think that's the hard part.
Tapos ang nakakaano pa sa mga senior, ito story. May story like, example, nahuli sila sa kalsada, nagda-drive. Like, bawal mo kami hulihin kasi senior kami. Parang sila pa yung demanding.
Immunity.
Entitlement na yun eh.
Yeah.
I think that's like
Ginagamit yung pagiging senior.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But we're not even talking specifically only about senior citizens or parents or what. It could be mothers versus children or mother versus husband, for whatever. But it's the position. Parang they equate this position to respect.
Right. But I think that's a trait that I mainly see in the Filipino culture. I rarely see that in anywhere, any other culture really. Well, maybe Muslims. I do see it with that one as well.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that's
honestly,
hard.
The whole dynamic of like, oh yeah, you're your parent, you respect your parent. It's so limited already,
What do you mean? Disrespectful naman sila.
But there's too many kids here that are just way too disrespectful to their parents. I understand that all the parents or the elders don't exactly know everything, right? But you still have to have some kind of degree of respect towards them on how you talk to them, how you approach them, how you take their point of views. But in the Filipino culture of the respecters should always know and be respected, and most of the time knows most. That's the one thing that I can't.
All right. Here's my 2 centavos about that. Respect is also taught. Like I can't expect my 10-year-old son, he's turning 10 tomorrow, by the way. I can't expect my 10-year-old son to respect me if I don't respect him. If I demand respect from him. I need to teach him how to respect other people if I want him to respect me.
Mm-hmm.
Yun. So, siguro, ang nakaka-irita naman kasi, or what's frustrating maybe about the parents, not just seniors, but maybe the parents, they expect to be respected without respecting their own kids.
Right. It's always about just because you live under my roof, you need to do everything I say. No, that's never always the case, and it should never always be the case. It has to go both ways. I think that could be a generational gap as well, because it all depends on how each person or each generation looks at it. You know, like the younger generations look at what we say as we're just telling them what to do.
Right.
It's not necessarily always like that. One thing they forget to realize is we're telling them what to do because 90% of the time we've done it, and it's coming from experience. Again,
but to your credit, bro. Yeah. To your credit, though, you were the one that said a while ago, it's the tone.
Right. The tone.
Was it in this conversation or another conversation somewhere that you said it's if you read the room, if you read the conversation or how the exchange is going, it's how you say it also.
Correct. Absolutely.
So it's like, one way to do it is like, Dad, I love you. I respect you. You're my father. I'm hearing what you're saying, but with all due respect, that's dumb.
Yeah, exactly. And I'd much rather that's how I'm trying to install to my kid when I tell them that speak your mind. Okay. The problem there is sometimes it's taken like you speak your mind, but they're not putting the emphasis of respect and whatnot, understanding to it.
Yeah.
So,
well, you Americans sometimes take, was it the First Amendment where it's like, oh, I got freedom of speech. I can say whatever I want to say.
Yeah, I agree with it, but to an extent.
Yeah. If you respectfully say it.
One of the most sought after and protected right here is the right to bear arms, the right to carry weapons. I understand. I agree with it. I agree with it 1,000%. But that doesn't mean you should just walk around with a gun, because it all comes down to personal and individual responsibility in regards to that. But that's a whole different aspect. I can go on tangent on that one.
Or another one, same here. I mean, the recent road rage incident here in the Philippines, people pull out their gun because, what? Somebody cut you off?
Right.
I mean, yes, freedom of speech and, a right to carry firearms, but there are rules that go along with those rights.
Right. And I think that's the key word there. And it actually goes full circles. That's how the whole idea of like you got to respect the elders type of thing flows into effect there, because at one weird connection, there's always a rule connected to it. And I think just because it's a general rule, that it should always be that way. Are
we running out of time? Trying to wrap things up?
Yeah.
I got Jane Goyala's 2019 article here that she wrote in Medium. It's a really quick one. I'll just list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 traits. I don't know if you agree with me on this one. I'll do a quick lightning round. Pagpapahalaga sa pamilya, family-oriented, uniquely Filipino family traits. Respect, yung mano po, ganyan.
Correct.
And we can talk about it another time. God-fearing. Number 3. Number 4, pakikisama, helping others. Number 5, hospitality. Number 6,
utang na loob.
Nawala na yung moment ko. I was going to say like a hardcore. Nauna na. I was going to say this is going to be this is the most important one. And you're just nauna ako. Number 6, utang na loob, debt of gratitude. I didn't even know that there was an English translation for that. And number 7, love and happiness.
Love and happiness? Bite me.
Filipino values, like the whole idea of let's just love and be happy.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Bumabaha na, or or how.
You know what? On the next episode, we are going to talk about some of this actually. Let's talk about one. I agree, and like Filipino hospitality.
I'll give you the link.
Two, well, okay. Well, we're gonna talk about this. You two, let's talk about well, one, we're talking about Filipino hospitality on the next episode, and then two, the what was that? Run down to me again, real quick.
Respect, pagpapahalaga sa pamilya, family-oriented, God-fearing, pakikisama, helping others, hospitality.
Pakikisama. How do you say that in English? Pakikisama.
Helping others.
Okay.
Yeah, parang
Like-
makikisama na you're part of the family, dapat ano ka dito.
Right.
Yung makitulong. Parang ganun.
Or, yes, that's not wrong. But, or, like, I'm the richest one here in the family. I work, let's say, in a casino and everybody else works in a karinderya. Therefore, I need to help everybody else with their electricity bill at home.
Is that pakikisama?
That's helping others.
The
Family.
But that's like bearing responsibility for everybody else.
Because I have the power to help, and so therefore I should help. I'm obliged to
I don't
help.
think that's part of pakikisama. See, I also have I have a gripe about that.
No, I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying that seems to be my experience as far as, let's say, I'm the one that's earning, therefore I'm obliged to help everybody else that's working in a karinderya or they're pushing kariton, and here I am working in a call center, and so therefore I need to pay for your water bill.
We're gonna discuss that because I don't agree with a lot of that crap, because I mean with that particular aspect of that, because
Not saying it's right, but it
Yeah.
seems to be how, if you think about it in a good sense, the positive sense of that. I mean, that's how we're helping each other out as a family. But
So-
yeah, you're right. Let's put a pin on that.
yeah, let's put a pin in that. So one of the big things that we're going to talk about in the next episode is Filipino characteristics, both on how it changes and doesn't change in the Philippines and here in the US. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much, and
Wait,
for
wait,
tuning
wait.
in
Cut ko
episode.
muna kayo.
Ano, may pahabol na naman.
Yeah. Ayan, bigay lang ako ng konting jokes.
Panira ng moment to eh.
Okay.
Tama na, matutulog na tayo. It's way past my bedtime already.
Give me one or two. Come on,
One
let's
lang.
go.
Bakit bawal umutot sa Apple Store?
Bakit?
Kasi walang Windows.
I think that's today's show.
Okay, I think that's it for today. That was really good. Well, thank you very much. By the way, real quick, I love that setup on this where you're here, you're there, and then she's right next to you like that. It's like you
this?
have your own sidekick. It's awesome.
Like this?
I love it.
Like that, right? Like
Anyway,
that.
thank you guys for tuning in again. We really appreciate it. Catch us on the next episode, which will be this Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Oh, I'm sorry, 7. No. Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 7 a.m. Philippine time. Thank you very much. Again, this is the Flip Side with Jay and Noel. Thank you, Christine. My name is Jay.
Name's Noel.
We'll catch you guys later.
On the
On
flip
the
side.
Peace out, guys. You can catch the full episodes on youtube.com at The Flip Side with Jay and Noel. Full episodes uploaded every Wednesdays and Saturdays.